What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Robert Garcia. Get this. Robert Garcia says that Anthony Joshua needs to train in the U.S. to get out of his comfort zone to improve. Robert Garcia thinks Anthony Joshua could benefit from a change of scenery. The well-regarded trainer from Riverside, California, linked up with the former heavyweight titleist from London earlier this year ahead of their rematch with Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia. Him, along with Angel Fernandez, helped put together a strategy for Joshua to defeat the skilled southpaw from the Ukraine. In the end, it was not enough, and Usyk would go on to win on points. Now Joshua is back on the hunt for a new trainer. As we guys know, Garcia apparently is still in the running, but there are other candidates to play as well. Joshua recently spotted working with Virgil Hunter in San Francisco, and most recently with Derek James of Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo in Dallas. Okay. And he went to say this about Joshua. Robert said that my personal advice, and I told him and all of his team right before I left the next day, I told them it doesn't matter who the trainer is. It doesn't matter if it's me. Again, he said he needs to change his camp all around. He needs to go to the United States. He needs to train in the gym where he's got Joshua Franco, where he's got Lindolfo Delgado, you got Bam, you got Jose Ramirez. You know, you've got a lot of young guys that are actually looking up to you. And you cannot say, oh, I don't want to spar because I'm tired. Oh, I didn't sleep enough last night, so I don't want to train today. Then the young fighters that want to be like you are going to see something and say, that's not a world champion. You've got to give them an example. You've got to be better than them so they can be what you are now. That's what Anthony Joshua needs. And he said, it's not about Derek James doing a better job, Virgil Hunter doing a better job, me doing a better job. It's about him getting out of his comfort zone and not being the boss in being and doing what he's taught to do at a place where he isn't comfortable. That's what it is, and that's what he needs. He's very talented. His power is insane, and he needs to believe in himself. He can't go by what he sees on social media. Those are the words of Robert Garcia. Wait, there's more. Anthony called me and told me that he was working out with various trainers, and I respect that. I understand, that the way he is seeing things, and honestly, I wish him the best, because even if I was me again, even if he was with me again, I understand they are trying to fight sometime in spring. So that will be sometime in March or April, and having to do camp in England, it will be very difficult for me because I know that Jose Ramirez is fighting during that time. Let me counterpunch. I think a change of scenery would be good. That's if the case Anthony Joshua is just so comfortable over in the UK. Because if he is just comfortable, he doesn't need that. It's too soft, too easy. He does need a change of scenery. He does need to come over to the States, wherever it is, Texas, California, wherever. He needs to come over here and learn that, hey, it's not all about sunshine and rainbows. It's not all about what I'm accustomed of doing and getting away with or whatever. Now, first of all, let me say this for the record. I don't want people to get this confused with my opinion of how Anthony Joshua's work ethic is, okay? Because everybody that worked with him doesn't say anything about him not wanting to train, not participating, not wanting to learn, okay? Being lazy, none of that type of stuff. We haven't heard any of that. We haven't heard it from Rob McCracken, which you really won't hear anything from him anyway, but we haven't heard it from Robert Garcia. We recently haven't heard it from Derek James, okay? And those guys are saying, wow, how physically athletic this guy is, despite what other people say, right? That he's not athletic. But it's not about that. So I don't want people to think that, hey, yeah, Robert's saying that he needs to get out of his comfort level. His comfort level has nothing to do with his work ethic. Sometimes your work ethic all deals with your surroundings. I think that change is a part of your work ethic, an ability to adapt. That's a work ethic, and an adaptation is a journey all by itself. All by itself. Okay? It's one thing if I can get on here, get on the floor, and do 100 push ups. Okay, that's wonderful. Hey, let's go do some push ups. Well, what if someone tells me, well, no, let's do 100 sit ups. Let's do 4 sets of 25, and I can't do 10. Why? Because I'm so used to doing this one thing, I may be able to do that one thing like push ups 100 times, and it's easy for me because of the muscle memory and the conditioning that my body is accustomed to. Okay, versus doing sit-ups 100, like 100 of those. That may be too much for me. Why? Because I'm not accustomed to doing that, because I'm accustomed to doing that same old thing or that same old routine. So that may be what he was talking about, and how they look at him. He has to set an example for those other guys that want to be where he's at. Okay. And I think because of that, he owes it to himself to work hard, to train hard. And really, I think what Robert's doing is Robert's saying, I don't care if it's with me or anybody else. Dude, nobody wants that has a workable, successful gym in the States, especially Hunter and Robert Garcia and Derek James. These guys have functional gyms that they go to every day. Every day. Okay? More or less. So they don't have time to fly over there just because Anthony Joshua's the big money man. That's what I think Robert Garcia is saying. Most importantly, what I can extract from this particular article is that Robert's saying, like, dude, I have other fighters. I don't want to just go over there and mess up the fighters that I have. That's not fair to them. So it's only right, if you want to train with me and you want me to train you, you would want to train with the rest of us in that particular environment that I feel, first of all, it's better for you because it's different, and it's better for them because they're looking up to you. Counterpunch. So I think him saying that, yeah, he may need to improve. He could improve. I think he can improve on the fact that he's in there with young blood. He's not just people that are just admiring him in a sense that he does a certain amount to do what he needs to do. I think, that Anthony Joshua has a lot of inner demons to deal with, and I think that coming over here may play a good part in working with those demons, because it's going to be a lot of Joey DeWacos in that mother sucker. It's going to be guys that try to take your head off, and they should, because at least it conditions you in a sense where, okay, I'm not coming in with these guys that I can, whatever I'm accustomed to with them, get away with. Okay? He needs something tough. He needs people to test him, but he also needs to know how it's like to keep moving forward and to get that dog in him, if that dog is in him. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Robert Garcia saying that Anthony Joshua needs to train in the U.S., get out of his comfort zone to improve. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!